Hello, students. Welcome to Kenny's Educare, a group of KD solutions. This is part 2 of lesson number 5, the fundamental unit of life. And as we have discussed in the last part itself, that here we are going to discuss on the fundamental unit that our life is having. And when it comes to fundamental unit, we are going to discuss the structure and functional unit of life, that is the cell, right? Because I have explained you this in the last part itself, that our human body that is made up of cells, right? So we have millions of cells inside our body, and when a group of cells come together, what जब एक ग्रुप ऑफ सेल एक साथ आता है, that makes up a tissue. When a group of tissue come together, that makes up an organ. When an organ is working together, we have two or three or more than three four organs who are you can say who are in contact with each other, okay? And that forms our organ system. When there is a coordination which is existing between different organisms and one system has been carried out, then that is called as what? It is called as an organ system. And when we have an organ system which is you can say going on in any organism, those are the living characteristics that we have. Those are the living characteristic means, as in we know how we are going to differentiate between a living system and a non-living system, right? Because living system is going to show growth, non-living system is not going to grow, right? Living system is going to have this respiration process which is going to occur, whereas non-living system is not going to have this respiration system, right? Then same goes with living में excretory like excretion process होगा, circulation process होगा, but non-living organism या non-living systems में ये सारी चीज़ें नहीं होगी, right? So this is how we are like differentiating between a living and non-living characteristics. These are the different characteristics that we look upon to, right? So this is how when this organ system is working together, it means a multicellular organism has been formed. Multicellular organisms का मतलब क्या है? The organism which is made up of cells, which are made up of many cells. And unicellular organisms का मतलब क्या है? The organism which is made up of only one cell, that is called as a unicellular organism. And the example of this unicellular organism is amoeba. क्या है एग्जाम्पल? अमीबा. एंड मल्टी सेलुलर ऑर्गेनिज्म का एग्जाम्पल इज वी ह्यूमन बींग्स, एनिमल्स, वी ऑल आर multicellular organism because our body is made up of many cells, right? So even we started with this lesson by discussing on the cell theory. Now this cell theory, it was given to us by Robert Hooke sir, where he was resembling the cork structure. The cork क्या है अभी? This is a cork like which comes from the bark of the tree. The brown part of the tree is called as the bark, right? So bark of the tree se we get this cork, and Robert Hooke sir, he was resembling the structure of the cork as the honeycomb consisting of many little compartments. When you see this honeycomb, मधुमक्खी का छत्ता देखोगे आप, तो उसमें आपको छोटे छोटे compartments दिखते हैं, right? So Robert Hooke sir, he was like resembling, he was finding this honeycomb का structure and the cork का structure, he was finding it similar. So this was in the year 1665. कौन से year में? 1665 में Robert Hooke sir has taken this chance where he was observing the comb का structure under a self-designed microscope. तो microscope that was not available during this period 1665. So because of the curiosity that Robert Hooke sir had, उन्होंने क्या किया? खुद का एक माइक्रोस्कोप डिजाइन किया. Now under this microscope, Robert Hooke sir observed the structure of the cork and he found it similar to the honeycomb का structure, and he called that structure as the box cell cells. क्या बोला? Boxes cell. Because those were like, when he observed those under the microscope, it was looking like boxes. So that is why Robert Hooke sir called it as boxes cell. Okay. So this is a certain cell theory जो हमने in short discuss की थी. After that we saw about cell, what exactly a cell is. So don't forget the statement. Like, one statement is cell is the structural and functional unit of life, and second statement जो हम बचपन से सुनते आ रहे हैं, that mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, right? So these two statements are never going to change, and there are many more statements. But when it comes to cell and the components of the cell, ये दो चीज़ें बहुत common है. एक तो cell is the structural and functional unit of life, and दूसरी चीज़ is mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Okay, तो ये दो चीज़ कभी मत भूलना. Now, who had discovered this cell? So first, for the first time, the cell was discovered by Robert Hooke sir in the year 1665. Robert Hooke sir ने cell को कब discover किया था? 1665 में किया था. And cell, if I tell you, cell एक Latin word है. It is not an Indian word, not a German word. It is a Latin word जिसका meaning है a little room, or even we can say a compartment type. Okay, cell का मतलब क्या है Latin में? It means a little room that we are having. Now cell, it represents the basic structural and functional unit of life. Cell क्या represent कर रहा है? Structural and functional unit of life. And cell also has certain organelles which are present inside them, because it is a little room, and room ke andar we have different organelles who are living inside. Now, how are you going to say like what are organelles exactly? So these organelles, they are small structures which are present inside the cell, and these organelles are not present like this only. They perform a specific function there. Okay, the organelles क्या है? Organelles are small structures which are present inside the cell, and those structures, they perform a specific function. Okay, and जितने भी organism अर्थ पे exist करते हैं, all the organisms, they are composed of one or more cells. जितने भी organism हैं, ऐसा भी है कुछ organisms ऐसे भी हैं जो सिर्फ एक सेल से बने हुए हैं, कुछ ऐसे हैं जो बहुत सारे सेल से बने हुए हैं. सो ऑर्गेनिज्म इज कंपोज्ड ऑफ one or more cells, and all the tissues and organs that we are having, as I have told you, you can say it as cell level organization. Okay, yeah, level of organization. So as I told you, हर एक ऑर्गेनिज्म किससे बना हुआ है? सेल से. When a group of cells come together, it forms the tissue. When group of tissue come together, it forms the organ. When a group of organ comes together, it forms the organ system, and this is how a multicellular organism is formed. So you can say that all the tissue and organs in turn, they are composed of cells itself, right? And there is no life without cell. अगर cell नहीं है, तो देर इज़ नो लाइफ विदाउट इट. बिकॉज एज आई गेव यू वन मोर स्टेटमेंट हियर कि सारे ऑर्गेनिजम्स जो है दे आर कंपोज्ड ऑफ वन और मोर सेल्स, राइट? तो या तो एक सेल हो या तो उससे ज़्यादा सेल्स हो. देयर विल बी वन और मोर cells. If there is no cell, it means there is no life. So cell is a very vital, you can say, part of a human body. Now a question comes into our mind is, what are living organisms made up of? Now we are living organisms. I gave you the characteristics which you are like with which you're going to identify what exactly a living organism is and what a non-living organism is, because you should know how you have to differentiate between a living and a non-living organism, right? तो living में, as I told you, that वो excretion show करेंगे, there will be circulation which takes place within them, respiration होगा, and non-living में these things doesn't occur. So if I tell you ball, do you see any growth in the ball that takes place? No, right? Is there any excretion process, circulation process which is going inside the ball? No, right? So we can consider that ball, book, pen, pencil, they are all what? They are all non-living things that we are having or not. Okay, and this is how we characterize them. But here the question comes कि living organisms बनते कैसे हैं, हम बने कैसे हैं? So हम बने cell से हैं. The answer to this is we are all made up of cell. Either we are made up of one cell, अगर हम एक cell से बने हैं तो हम unicellular organism हैं, and we are human beings, right? So we are not made up of only one cell. But there are certain organisms जो सिर्फ एक सेल से बनते हैं, and those are called as unicellular cell. And there are other certain organisms जो बहुत सारे सेल से बनते हैं एंड दे आर कॉल्ड एज मल्टी सेलुलर ऑर्गेनिजम्स. तो अभी लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स आर ऑल मल्टी सेलुलर. So here there is one activity which we have discussed in the last class itself, जहाँ पे हमने देखा कि we need an onion peel चाहिए. हम क्या करेंगे, वो onion peel को लेंगे. We are going to take the peel of the onion, that is we are going to take the peel of the onion from the inner layer of the onion. So and that peel or the inner layer of the onion is called as epidermis in the scientific language. So we need to take that peel, and now we are going to put that onion layer into the water watch glass that we are having, and inside that watch glass we need to have some amount of water. So you're going to wash that once with the water, and then you are going to prevent the peel from getting folded, or it should not get dry as well. उसको water में डालने का reason क्या है? The peel should not be dry and it should not be folded as well. Okay, अब हम ये पील के साथ करेंगे क्या? अब आप एक ग्लास स्लाइड लोगे, ग्लास स्लाइड के ऊपर वो पील को फ्लैट करके रखोगे. फॉर दैट यू कैन यूज़ अ कैमल पेंट ब्रश एज वेल. ठीक है, ताकि आप वो पील को फ्लैट करके यू कैन कीप दैट प्रॉपरली. सो यू हैव टू कीप दैट. आफ्टर दैट व्हाट हैपेंस इज यू हैव टू मेक श्योर कि वो पील जो है ना, दैट इज़ परफेक्टली फ्लैट ऑन द स्लाइड. पील कैसा होना चाहिए? perfectly flat होना चाहिए स्लाइड पे. फॉर दैट एज आई टोल्ड यू दैट यू कैन यूज दिस कैमल पेंट ब्रश. ओके, सो यू नीड टू आफ्टर टेकिंग दैट पिल ऑन द ग्लास स्लाइड, आपको उसमें पील के ऊपर एक ड्रॉप ऑफ सेफ्रानन सोल्यूशन डालना है. क्या करोगे आप? 1 ड्रॉप ऑफ सेफ्रानन सोल्यूशन डालोगे पील के ऊपर, एंड देन यू आर गोइंग टू कवर दैट पील विद द कवर स्लिप. बट वाइल एडिंग द कवर स्लिप यू नीड टू टेक केयर दैट वहाँ पे बबल का फॉर्मेशन नहीं होना चाहिए. क्या नहीं होना चाहिए? बबल फॉर्मेशन नहीं होना चाहिए. फॉर दैट वी नीड टू यूज़ अ माउंटिंग नीडल. आप क्या करोगे? पील के ऊपर एक माउंटिंग नीडल रखोगे, एंड देन यू आर गोइंग टू पुट दैट कवर स्लिप ताकि बबल का फॉर्मेशन ना हो. Okay, and for putting this mounting needle you can take the help of your teacher as well. And now what you have on the slide, that is a peel where you have added a drop of saffronin and you have covered that with a cover slip. This is called as a temporary mount of onion peel. क्या बोलते हैं हम इसको? Temporary mount of onion peel. And we can observe the slide under low power followed by high power of a compound microscope. हम क्या कर सकते हैं? अभी हम लोग ये जो पील हम लोग ने स्लाइड बनाया है, हम वो स्लाइड को कंपाउंड माइक्रोस्कोप के अंदर ऑब्जर्व करेंगे. पहले सबसे पहले लो पावर के अंदर ऑब्जर्व करेंगे, एंड आफ्टर दैट वी आर गोइंग टू ऑब्जर्व दैट अंडर एन हाई पावर, यू कैन से ओके 10x से फिर 100x पे देखेंगे ऑयल इमर्शन लेंस के थ्रू. ओके, so this is the you can say figure of the compound microscope which has been given, where you can see that there is a stage. ऊपर आप देखोगे that there are 2 adjustments which have been shown. एक होता है coarse adjustment, एक होता है fine adjustment. So these are the 2 kinds of adjustment that we are having. Okay, उसके बाद I'll just explain you the compound microscope का structure once. Okay, so this is the body tube of the compound microscope. This is the arm of the microscope from where you are going to hold that, and see how you hold the microscope is. पहले आपको arm पकड़ना है, and then you have to hold it to the base also. एक पूरा आपका हाथ है ना, base होगा उसके ऊपर, and दूसरे हाथ से आप उसका arm पकड़ोगे. So this is how we hold the compound microscope. Okay, so this is the condenser that we are having. Just below the condenser we have the mirror, and mirror के नीचे we have this base. Okay, and this is the stage where you are going to keep the slide that you have made, the temporary mount that you have made. You're going to put that here. Okay, and this is the adjustment. You have to adjust the, you can say this lens through this coarse adjustment and fine adjustment करोगे आप. And this is the eyepiece from the top, from where you're going to visualize the slide, and you can see the cells of the onion peel which are present. Okay, so this is how the cells of the onion peel it looks like under the compound microscope. Okay, so cells may, you can see these are the different cells of the compound, you can say of the onion peel, which are having nucleus inside it. Okay, so now what can you do is, this is an experiment जहाँ पे आप peels लोगे onion के, but these peels are going to be of different sizes. ठीक है, तो आपने अलग अलग साइज का पिल्स रेडी किया. यू हैव मेड अ टेम्पररी माउंट विद डिफरेंट साइजेस ऑफ द अनियन. ओके, Now you have to tell me what do you observe there and do we see similar structure or different structure. Now this question comes कि अगर मैंने एक अनियन लिया है उसके अंदर ऐसा सेल्स होता है तो जितने अनियंस है मार्केट में सारे सेल्स ऐसे ही हैं क्या अनियन के. सो द आंसर टू दिस इज येस, सारे अनियन सेल्स ऐसे ही होते हैं. ओके सो सी दिस स्ट्रक्चर्स दे लुक सिमिलर टू ईच अदर. क्या है ये, एक दूसरे जैसे ही दिखते हैं. दे आर वेरी मच सिमिलर टू ईच अदर and together if you bring the structures all together they are going to form a big structure and this big structure is going to be like an onion bulb. क्या बनाएगा ये, these structures are going to form a big structure like an onion bulb. Okay, so we find from this activity that onion bulb of different sizes, अभी आपने onion bulb लिया है अलग अलग sizes का, they are going to have some similar small structure. क्या होगा, this is the similar small structures which you will see that is going to be visible under a microscope like you have seen now. Okay, so the cells of the onion peel, they all are going to look the same regardless what size of the onion you have taken or from what size the onion has came from, the peel has came from. Okay, so the small structures that we see, ये जो आप structure देख रहे हो which was seen under the microscope figure 5.2, this shows us the basic building unit of an onion bulb. क्या शो कर रहा है ये हमें कि एक अनियन बल्ब का बेसिक बिल्डिंग यूनिट क्या है, दैट इज बीन शोन हियर. ओके, now see this, the structures that we observe under this microscope we call that as a cell. So not only onions but all the organism that we have in our surrounding, we observe around, all the organisms that you observe around, they are all made up of cell. Even the animals that you see, the plants that you see, they are all made up of cell. However, there are also some single cells that live on their own. कुछ ऐसे single cell भी होते हैं, they live on their own, जैसे कि अमीबा हो गया, अमीबा is a unicellular organism. Okay, paramecium हो गया, these are all unicellular organisms, so they have only one cell and they live independently, they live on their own. Okay, now this is the second activity where we have discussed this also in the last part where we saw that we can try preparing temporary mount of leaf peel. अभी जैसे आपने onion peel का टेम्प्रेरी माउंट बनाया था ना, वैसे ही आपको यहाँ पे अभी लीफ पील लेना है, लीफ का छिलका लेना है. ओके, and you have to make a temporary mount out of it. Now you can either take the temporary mount of leaf peel, you can take the tip of the roots of onion, or you can take the peels of onion of different sizes. Now you need to make a temporary mount. Okay, so after performing the activity which has been given here, you need to answer the following questions which have been given. अब आप देख रहे हो कि कौन से questions दिए हुए हैं यहाँ पे. See, the first question which has been given, do all cells they look alike in terms of shape and size. आपको क्या लगता है, जो भी आपने लीफ पील्स देखा है, अनियन का रूट देखा है, डिफरेंट साइजेस देखे हैं, what do you think, all the structures and the shape and the size of all of them are similar? Yes, they are similar in structure. So could we find differences among the cell from different parts of the plant body? Now this is the question where I have left you in the last part. If you remember, मैंने आपको बोला था देखने के लिए कि हमारे hands में दूसरे cell है, हमारे legs में दूसरे cell है. Is it so? Or we have only one kind of cell throughout our body, right? So I hope that you have found the answer to it. Okay. So the answer to this question, could we find differences among cells from different parts of the plant body? So you can write yes, we can find difference in cells from various parts of the plant body. So because we have different types of cells which are present in plant body. So they have, if there are different cells which are present in the plant body, उनका they are going to have a different structure and they are going to perform different function. Okay, so root cells will differ from the type of cells which are present in the leaf and stem. तो अगर आप leaf का cell देख रहे हो, that is going to be different, root का cell will be different, stem का cell will be different. It is not like कि one type of cell is present throughout the body. ऐसे ही हमारे body का भी है, हमारे ब्रेन में अलग सेल है, हमारे स्टमक में अलग सेल है. ओके, सो वी हैव डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ सेल विच आर प्रेजेंट इन आर body. Okay. Now, what similarities could you find between them? So, there are some kind of similarities also which we are going to find there. Okay. Now, see, some organisms can also have cells of different kinds. मतलब वो एक ही organism है पर उसके अंदर cells जो है they are of different kind. Okay, so now look at the picture below, and this pictures which have been given below, it depicts some cells from human body. ये क्या है? These are the cells of the human body. So we have smooth muscle cell, we have blood cells, we have nerve cells, we have fat cells, we have bone cells, we have sperm and ovum. So we have two types of cells in our body. एक होता है somatic cell और एक होता है germ cell. Now this germ cell includes the ovum and the sperm, and the somatic cell includes all this blood cell, nerve cell, fat cells and all. Okay, so these are the different types of cells which are found in the human body. Okay, so the shape and the size of the cell, they are related to the specific function they perform. नाउ सेल का शेप कैसा है, सेल का साइज कैसा है, ये सब किस किस पे रिलेटेड होता है? इट इज़ ऑल रिलेटेड टू द फंक्शन दैट द सेल परफॉर्म्स. क्या? what kind of function the cell is performing, depending on that they will the size and the shape of the cell is been related to. Okay, so some cells like amoeba, they have changing shape. अब amoeba जो है, ठीक है, amoeba is a unicellular organism. सो अमीबा का जो शेप है वो चेंज होता रहता है, बट एज आई टोल्ड यू कि शेप एंड साइज किस पे डिपेंडेंट होता है? द टाइप ऑफ फंक्शन दैट दे आर परफॉर्मिंग, राइट? एंड अमीबा जो है वो अपने शेप को चेंज करता रहता है, राइट? सो इन सम केसेस द सेल शेप कुड बी मोर और लेस फिक्स्ड एंड पिक्यूलियर फॉर अ पर्टिकुलर टाइप ऑफ सेल. तो कुछ केसेस में क्या होता है, जो सेल का शेप है वो या तो फिक्स्ड होता है या डिफर करता रहता है विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू अ पर्टिकुलर टाइप ऑफ सेल दैट वी आर हैविंग. फॉर एग्जांपल, नर्व सेल्स हैव अ टिपिकल शेप. अगर आप नर्व सेल देखोगे, दिस इज अ न्यूरॉन. ओके, तो नर्व सेल इज हैविंग अ टिपिकल शेप, फैट सेल इज हैविंग अ टिपिकल शेप, blood cell is having typical shape, ovum and sperm, they are also having a typical shape, right? So each living cell has the capacity to perform certain basic functions that are the characteristics of living all living form. तो हमारे बॉडी के अंदर जितने भी सेल है, ईच लिविंग सेल दैट वी आर हैविंग, वो लिविंग सेल के पास ये कैपेसिटी है कि वो कोई बेसिक फंक्शन परफॉर्म कर सके. एंड लाइक looking at that basic function that the cell is performing, that is going to be the characteristic, and that belongs to the function, whatever function that they are performing, they are the characteristics of all living form, because jitne bhi living form hai, they are all performing the same basic function, right? So how does a living cell perform this basic function? Because blood cell का function कुछ और है, nerve cells का function अलग है, fat cells का अलग है, bone cells का अलग है, right? Every living cell that we are having, they are having some or the other different functions to perform, and whatever functions they are performing, those are the characteristic that all living forms are performing, right? तो cell को ये capacity कहाँ से मिलती है that they are performing this basic function, and how we are characterizing these all living forms. ओके, तो यहाँ पे क्वेश्चन क्या आ रहा है कि सेल अपना बेसिक फंक्शन कैसे परफॉर्म कर रहा है. सो वी नो दैट देर इज अ डिविजन ऑफ लेबर इन मल्टी सेलुलर ऑर्गेनिज्म सच एज ह्यूमन बीइंग. क्या है हमारे पास? मल्टी सेलुलर ऑर्गेनिजम्स कौन है? हम ह्यूमन बींग्स में वी हैव, देर इज अ डिविजन ऑफ लेबर विच एग्जिस्ट. इट मीन्स वॉट? डिफरेंट पार्ट्स ऑफ ह्यूमन बॉडी, दे आर परफॉर्मिंग डिफरेंट फंक्शन. ऐसा तो है नहीं ना कि मेरे हैंड को ही सारा बॉडी का फंक्शन परफॉर्म करना है, or else only my heart has to perform all the body ka function, right? But our human body is having different organ, different body part which is performing different functions, right? So that is what we call it as division of labor in multicellular organism. So human body ke paas heart hai, which is helping them to pump the blood, right? हार्ट का फंक्शन क्या है? ब्लड को पंप करना. स्टमक का काम क्या है? टू डाइजेस्ट द फूड. आइज का काम क्या है? टू विजुअलाइज द things which are present in front of our eye, राइट. सो हर एक चीज़ हमारे बॉडी में जो है, द ह्यूमन पार्ट्स और जो हमारे बॉडी के पार्ट्स है, दे आर परफॉर्मिंग सम ऑफ द अदर फंक्शन, राइट. So that is what we call that ki we have this division of labor type which exists in multicellular organism where every part is performing some or the other function. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि एक ही सेल को सारा फंक्शन परफॉर्म करना है, बट विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू यूनिसेलुलर ऑर्गेनिज्म ये चीज़ हो जाती है. ओके, सो सिमिलरली डिविजन ऑफ लेबर इज ऑल्सो सीन विद इन अ सिंगल सेल. अभी जैसे हमने देखा मल्टी सेलुलर ऑर्गेनिजम्स में क्या हो रहा है, ह्यूमन बींग्स में हैंड का काम है, हैंड के थ्रू जो फंक्शंस होते हैं हैंड इज डूइंग, लेग्स है, हार्ट है, किडनी है, लीवर है, लंग्स है, दे आर ऑल परफॉर्मिंग द फंक्शंस, राइट, वॉट एवर इज बीन गिवन टू देम. वैसे ही सिंगल सेल में भी वी कैन सी दिस division of labor which exists. In fact, each such cell has got certain specific component within it which is known as cell organelle. तो हर एक सेल के पास एक ऐसा स्पेसिफिक कंपोनेंट प्रेजेंट होता है जो उनको अपना स्पेसिफिक फंक्शन परफॉर्म करने में हेल्प करता है. एंड this specific components of the cell we call them as cell organelle. क्या बोलते हैं हम? cell organelle. okay, so each kind of cell organelle it performs a special function. तो कोई भी kind का cell organelle होने दो which is present inside the cell, that cell organelle is going to perform a special function. जैसे कि making the new material in the cell, नया material का formation करना cell के अंदर, क्लियरिंग अप द वेस्ट मटेरियल फ्रॉम द सेल, सेल के अंदर जो वेस्ट मटेरियल है उसको क्लियर करना. एंड देर आर मैनी अदर फंक्शंस विच आर बीन परफॉर्म बाय दिस सेल ऑर्गेनल्स. ओके, तो हर एक सेल, जो भी सेल ऑर्गेनल्स हमारे सेल के अंदर प्रेजेंट है, दे आर हेल्पिंग आवर सेल इन परफॉर्मिंग वन और द अदर फंक्शन विच नीड्स टू बी परफॉर्म बाय आवर बॉडी. ओके, सो अ सेल is able to leave and perform all its function. Cell क्या है? Cell can leave as well as it can perform its basic function or all the function that the cell has to because of the organelles which are present inside the cell. जैसे अभी हमारा human beings में if we are not having the blood तो circulation नहीं हो अगर हमारे पास heart नहीं है तो circulation नहीं हो पाएगा, blood flow नहीं हो पाएगा अच्छे से, right? if हमारे पास kidney नहीं है तो किडनी का काम क्या है? यूरिनेशन, राइट. सो वो भी प्रॉपरली नहीं हो पाएगा. सो दैट इज़ हाउ वी ह्यूमन बीइंग्स आर हैविंग डिफरेंट ऑर्गन्स विच आर परफॉर्मिंग डिफरेंट फंक्शंस. वैसे ही सेल के पास अलग अलग सेल ऑर्गेनल्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं एंड दिस सेल ऑर्गेनल्स दे हेल्प द सेल इन परफॉर्मिंग एंड मेंटेनिंग एज वेल एज सस्टेनिंग दैट सेल बाय परफॉर्मिंग द स्पेसिफिक फंक्शन विच हैज़ बीन रिक्वायर्ड by the cell. Okay, so this organelle they are going to together constitute the basic unit which is called as the cell. तो ये सारे organelles जब एक साथ आते हैं they make up the cell. Okay, so we have different cell organelles that we are going to discuss on to, and this different cell organelles only they make up the cell. Okay, and that is the reason the cell organelles are called the basic unit of the cell. Okay, so it is interesting that all cells are found to have same organelle no matter what their function is or what organism they are found in. अब ये बहुत ज़्यादा इंटरेस्टिंग है that we know that कि जितने भी cells हैं उन सबका वो they have the same organelle. क्या है? they are having the same organelle no matter वो कौन सा function perform करने वाले हैं, no matter कौन से organisms के अंदर वो cell present है, nothing matters. It is and that is why it is told that it is very interesting to know that cells जो है they are all having the same organelle itself. Okay, जितने भी सेल हैं उन सबके पास सेम organelles present होंगे. वो कोई भी सेल के अंदर जाए, कोई भी function perform करे, but they are going to have that constant cell organelles which are present within the cell. Okay, so see, the second question that we come up with is what is the cell made up of. अब सेल किससे बना है? हम लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म सेल से बने हैं, ठीक है, अंडरस्टूड. बट नाउ व्हाट इज द सेल मेड अप ऑफ? दैट इज इन इफ आई आस्क यू अ क्वेश्चन, more defined question, then the question becomes what is the structural organization of the cell. Both the questions are one and the same. Okay, so we saw above that the cell has some special components which are called as organelle, right? अभी हमने देखा सेल के पास क्या है, it is having a specialized components which are present into the cell, which are helping the cell in carrying out the different functions which needs to be performed by the body, right? And those special components, we call them as organelles. So tell me, how is the cell organized? एक cell organized कैसे होता है? So see, if we study a cell under a microscope, suppose हम एक cell पे study कर रहे हैं, and we are carrying out our study under a microscope, we are having a compound microscope, and now using that compound microscope हम cell के ऊपर study कर रहे हैं. So we will come across three features in almost every cell. तो जब आप cell को microscope के अंदर देखोगे तो आपको तीन common features या तीन important components हर एक cell में दिखेगा. And this three important components, it includes plasma membrane, we have nucleus, and we have cytoplasm. So these are the three important features which are present in almost every kind of cell. क्या क्या present है cell के पास? It has a cell, it has a plasma membrane, it have a nucleus and a cytoplasm. Okay, so all activities inside the cell and the interaction of the cell with its environment, तो जितने भी activities हो रहे हैं cell के अंदर, and whatever kind of interaction the cell is having with the environment, this all the things are possible because of the features that the cell is having. So let us see how. ठीक है, now what did I said, how I'm introducing you to the components. मैं आपको बोल रही हूँ जैसे हमारे बॉडी में we have our heart which is helping in pumping the blood, we are having our blood cells which are helping in transporting the oxygen and nutrients to all parts of the body, right? So we have some specialized component जो हमारे बॉडी के अंदर present है, that is carrying out that specific function. वैसे वो cells जो है हमारे, उनके पास भी एक specialized component है which we call it as organelle, and ये organelle जो है, they carry out that specific function which is being needed to carry out by the cell. Okay, so जब हम cell को microscope के अंदर देखते हैं तो हमें क्या cell का तीन features दिखता है. कितने? तीन features दिखेंगे, and these three features we can see them in almost every kind of cell. तीनों features हमें कहाँ देखने मिलेंगे? Almost every cell में. And these three important features are हमें plasma membrane. Now plasma membrane को we also call it as cell membrane. Then we have nucleus and we have cytoplasm. So these are the three important features of each and every type of cell. Okay, and all activities inside the cell, अब cell के अंदर जितने भी activities हो रहे हैं, and what kind of interaction the cell is having with the environment, this all interactions and the activities the cells are performing, these are all possible because of the features, that is the components which are present inside the cell. Okay, if these components are not there, तो cells जो भी activities perform कर रहा है, it will become difficult for the cell to perform that activity. Whatever interaction the cell is having with the environment, it is all because of the component of the cells which are present. Okay, so now let us see how all these activities and interactions have been carried out by the cell. Okay, so the first component or the first special component that the cell has is the plasma membrane. Now plasma membrane को हम और क्या बोलते हैं? Cell membrane भी बोलते हैं. So here you should not get confused if they give you to write a note on plasma membrane. Plasma membrane को हम cell membrane भी बोलते हैं. So either they can give you a question on asking to write you on plasma membrane. Now most of the students, they are not aware of this कि plasma membrane को cell membrane भी बोलते हैं and cell membrane को plasma membrane भी बोलते हैं. So that is the reason क्या होता है, all the kids they do this mistake and they leave that answer instead of knowing what plasma membrane is. See होता क्या है, आपको नहीं पता कि हम plasma membrane को cell membrane भी बोल रहे हैं. ठीक है, एग्जाम्पल. और मैंने क्या किया, मैंने पेपर में लिख दिया राइट अ नोट ऑन सेल मेम्ब्रेन. अब आपको नहीं पता सेल मेम्ब्रेन क्या है, आपको ये नहीं पता कि मैंने आपको प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन ही लिखने बोला इनडायरेक्टली, बट बिकॉज यू डिडंट न्यू द सेकंड नेम फॉर दिस सेल प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन, तो आपने वो आंसर को छोड़ दिया. सो सी, so this thing happens, it has even occurred with me when I was in my school. So school times में बहुत सारी mistakes हुई है, silly mistakes हुई है, and I don't want you all to follow that same mistakes. Okay, now see, we are going to discuss on the cell membrane का structure. Okay, see, cell membrane is the outermost covering of the cell that separates the content of the cell from its external environment. तो अभी सेल मेम्ब्रेन का काम क्या है या प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन का काम क्या है, वो जो भी कंटेंट होता है सेल का उसको अलग करता है, उसको सेपरेट करता है एक्सटर्नल एनवायरनमेंट से। दैट इज यू कैन से हमारा जो पेंट होता है ना घर का, अभी हम क्या करते हैं, पेंट ले सकते हो या तो टाइल्स ले सकते हो। तो जब आप पेंट करते हो घर घर को, तो क्या होता है, आपका जो अंदर का ब्रिक्स है उसको एक लेयर देते हो आप, एंड जिसकी वजह से बाहर का एनवायरनमेंट का कोई भी इफेक्ट वो ब्रिक पे नहीं होता, बिकॉज दैट इज सेपरेटिंग द इंटरनल यू कैन से कंटेंट ऑफ द सेल from this external environment. So paint ko you can consider it as the cell membrane of your house. Okay. So the plasma membrane, a plasma membrane or the cell membrane, it allows or it permits the entry and exit of some material in and out of the cell. अब आपके सेल के अंदर कौन जाएगा, आपके सेल के अंदर से कौन बाहर आएगा, who is going inside the cell, who is exiting the cell, this all things are dependent on the plasma membrane itself. Now why is it so? Because plasma membrane is selectively permeable. If it wants that only the cholesterol and the lipid should come inside, it is only going to take lipid and cholesterol. It is not going to take glucose and all inside, because it is selectively permeable. जो चाहिए बस वही चाहिए और कुछ भी नहीं चाहिए. Okay, so it is going to permit the entry as well as exit of some materials in and out of the cell. Okay, so plasma membrane or the cell membrane, it also prevents the movement of some other material. अब कोई और material जो है, they should not come inside the cell and they should not go out of the cell as well. So they are going to, you can say, what can you say, that it is going to prevent the movement of the other materials, because other materials shall not go and enter into the cell, right? So who is preventing the entry of this other you can say other material? So plasma membrane is going to do this. Plasma membrane क्या करेगा? Plasma membrane is going to take them. Okay, they are going to prevent the entry of unwanted materials into the cell. बिकॉज आप ऐसा नहीं चाहते ना कि आपके स्टमक के अंदर कोई कोई भी आ जाए, कुछ भी चला जाए. यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू ईट द बैड थिंग्स, राइट? तो वैसे ही हमारे सेल के अंदर कोई भी चीज़ एंटर ना हो, फॉर दैट वी हैव दिस प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन विच इज़ रेडी. ओके, so how do substances they move out of the cell? Now here we have two questions ready with us. Did I said this? The cell membrane therefore is called as a selectively permeable membrane. Now this question can come across you that हम प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन को और क्या बोलते हैं? तो प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन को हम सेल मेम्ब्रेन भी बोलते हैं. एंड सेल मेम्ब्रेन जो है, दैट इज लाइक प्लाज्मा और द सेल मेम्ब्रेन दोनों भी, दे आर ऑल सिलेक्टिवली परमिएबल मेम्ब्रेन. क्या है वो? सिलेक्टिवली परमिएबल मेम्ब्रेन है. ओके, now see this. How does the movement of substance takes place into the cell? ठीक है, क्या बोला है कि सब्सटेंस का मूवमेंट सेल के अंदर कैसे हो रहा है, एंड हाउ इट इज मूविंग आउट ऑफ द सेल. तो हाउ, लाइक व्हाट इज the movement which is how is the substance moving into the cell and how it is going outside the cell, that also can be seen. Okay, so see, some substances like we have carbon dioxide or oxygen, they can move across the cell membrane by a process called as diffusion. ठीक है, तो हमारा जो प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन है और जो हमारा सेल मेम्ब्रेन है उसके अंदर substances like carbon dioxide or oxygen कैसे आएंगे, how are they going to move across the cell membrane? So for that they need a process called as diffusion. So diffusion process के through carbon dioxide and oxygen they are going to enter the cell membrane because it is selectively permeable. It is not going to allow each and every substance to enter the cell, right? तो अगर carbon dioxide and oxygen को cell के अंदर जाना है, so for that it occurs through a process called as diffusion. Okay, so we have studied the process of diffusion in earlier chapters already, and we saw that there is a spontaneous movement of substance. Diffusion में क्या होता है? There is a spontaneous, whatever substance that we are having, there will be a spontaneous movement of this substance from a region of high concentration to a region where its concentration is low. तो diffusion में याद रखो कि substance move कैसे करता है? This substance moves from a region of high concentration to a region of low concentration. This is how the spontaneous movement takes place while diffusion. मतलब higher level से lower level तक ही move करेगा वो. Okay, so something similar to this happens in cell. अभी diffusion जैसा ही कुछ cell के अंदर होता है. For example, some substances like CO2, which is a cellular waste and it requires to be excreted out of the cell, gets accumulated in high concentration inside the cell. अब CO2 क्या है? CO2 हमारे सेल का वेस्ट है एंड वी नीड टू एक्सक्रीट दैट आउट ऑफ द सेल. ओके, अभी इनसाइड द सेल आई वाज टेलिंग यू कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड और ऑक्सीजन अंदर कैसे जाएंगे सेल के? डिफ्यूजन प्रोसेस के थ्रू, जहाँ पे क्या होता है सब्सटेंस जो है स्पॉन्टेनियसली मूव करता है हायर कॉन्सेंट्रेशन से लोअर कॉन्सेंट्रेशन तक. बट यहाँ पे समथिंग सेम हैपन्स हियर. जैसे कि अभी CO2 है, कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड को वी ऑल नो दैट दिस इज द सेल्यूलर वेस्ट दैट वी आर हैविंग एंड इट शुड मूव आउट ऑफ द सेल बिकॉज वी नीड ऑक्सीजन, राइट? तो CO2 should move out of the cell, but what happens is it gets accumulated in high concentration inside the cell. तो अभी सेल के अंदर से ये वेस्ट निकलना चाहिए, बट व्हाट इज हैपनिंग कि CO2 is getting accumulated inside the cell and that too in high concentration. सो इन द सेल्स एक्सटर्नल एनवायरनमेंट, सेल का जो बाहर का एनवायरनमेंट है, एक्सटर्नल एनवायरनमेंट है, वहाँ पे क्या होगा? बिकॉज ऑल द CO2 जो है वो कॉन्सेंट्रेट हो चुका है जाके इनसाइड द सेल, राइट? सो जो सेल का एक्सटर्नल एनवायरनमेंट है वहाँ पे, मतलब जो बाहर का एनवायरनमेंट है वहाँ पे द कॉन्सेंट्रेशन ऑफ कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड इज लो. क्या होगा वहाँ पे? कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड का कॉन्सेंट्रेशन लो होगा एज कम्पेयर टू इनसाइड द सेल, बिकॉज इनसाइड द सेल there is more amount of carbon dioxide which has been present, right? So that is why what happens is अभी अंदर बहुत ज़्यादा कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड का कॉन्सेंट्रेशन है एंड दैट इज़ वाई वी कैन से कि सेल के एक्सटर्नल एनवायरनमेंट में CO2 का कॉन्सेंट्रेशन विल बी लेस एज कम्पेयर टू इनसाइड द सेल, बिकॉज इनसाइड में वो बहुत ज़्यादा एक्यूमुलेट करके, राइट? सो एज सून एज देर इज़ अ डिफरेंस ऑफ कॉन्सेंट्रेशन ऑफ कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड इनसाइड एंड आउटसाइड द सेल. अब हमें पता है कि इनसाइड द सेल the CO2 that is carbon dioxide is accumulated and that is the reason कि सेल के अंदर बहुत ज़्यादा अमाउंट ऑफ कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड है पर सेल के बाहर there is less amount of carbon dioxide. तो जैसे ही आप ये डिफरेंस देखोगे that is existing between the difference between like difference is seen with respect to carbon dioxide inside and outside the cell, तो क्या होगा? CO2 कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड जो है वो सेल के अंदर से बाहर की तरफ मूव आउट करना चालू करेगा. व्हाट इज रिटन? कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड मूव्स आउट ऑफ द सेल बिकॉज उसका बाहर का कॉन्सेंट्रेशन कम है. ओके, सो फॉर मेंटेनिंग दैट इक्विलिब्रियम व्हाट हैपेंस, जहाँ पे भी हाई कॉन्सेंट्रेशन होगा. नाउ लेट्स टेक एन एग्जांपल. अगर सेल बाहर की तरफ कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड ज़्यादा होता ना तो वो बाहर से अंदर जाता, बिकॉज वी हैव सीन कि इट मूव्स फ्रॉम हायर कॉन्सेंट्रेशन टू लोअर कॉन्सेंट्रेशन. तो कहाँ जहाँ पे भी CO2 का कॉन्सेंट्रेशन ज़्यादा होगा वहाँ से वो बाहर जाएगा. इट इज़ गोइंग टू मूव आउट फ्रॉम दी higher concentration to lower concentration, right? सो जैसे ही आपने देखा दैट देर इज अ डिफरेंस ऑफ कॉन्सेंट्रेशन ऑफ CO2 inside and outside a cell, this CO2 is going to move out of the cell because inside the cell the concentration of CO2 was higher, right? So from a region of higher concentration, it is going to move to a region of lower concentration, that is outside the cell. And this movement, this spontaneous movement occurs through the process of diffusion. कौन से process से हुआ ये? Diffusion process के through. Okay. Similarly, oxygen enters the cell by the process of diffusion when the level or concentration of oxygen inside the cell decreases. ठीक है? अभी सपोज अभी सेल के अंदर का अगर ऑक्सीजन का कॉन्सेंट्रेशन डिक्रीज होगा, सो व्हाट कैन हैपन, सेल के अंदर ऑक्सीजन का कॉन्सेंट्रेशन कम है पर सेल के बाहर ऑक्सीजन का कॉन्सेंट्रेशन बहुत ज़्यादा है. सो एज वी नो डिफ्यूजन में क्या होता है, देयर इज स्पॉन्टेनियस मूवमेंट विच टेक्स प्लेस फ्रॉम हायर कॉन्सेंट्रेशन टू लोअर कॉन्सेंट्रेशन, राइट? तो बिकॉज एक्सटर्नल एनवायरनमेंट में ऑक्सीजन का कॉन्सेंट्रेशन ज़्यादा था, सो फ्रॉम external CO2 is going to enter to the internal cell, right? So see, similarly, oxygen enters the cell by the process of diffusion when the level or concentration of O2 inside the cell decreases. So here diffusion plays a very important role. Diffusion क्या कर रहा है? It is playing a very important role in gaseous exchange between the cells as well as the cells and its external environment. तो यहाँ पे diffusion process is a very important thing और it is playing a very important role. जहाँ पे भी गैशियस एक्सचेंज होना है, या तो सेल्स के बीच का गैशियस एक्सचेंज हो या तो सेल या एक्सटर्नल एनवायरनमेंट का बीच का एक्सचेंज, यू कैन से gaseous exchange ho, at both the places diffusion process is going to have a very important role. Okay, so water also obeys the law of diffusion. So ऐसा नहीं है कि only it is needed for this. Water यहाँ पे क्या होगा, वाटर जो है वो भी ये लॉ ऑफ डिफ्यूजन को ओबे करता है. दैट इज डिफ्यूजन का लॉ क्या है, दैट देयर विल बी स्पॉन्टेनियस एमिशन फ्रॉम हायर कॉन्सेंट्रेशन टू लोअर कॉन्सेंट्रेशन. ऐसा नहीं है कि हमेशा लोअर कॉन्सेंट्रेशन से हायर कॉन्सेंट्रेशन होगा. द मूवमेंट इज ऑल्सो गोइंग टू इज ऑलवेज गोइंग टू टेक प्लेस फ्रॉम higher concentration to lower concentration. This is the law of diffusion, and along with this carbon dioxide and oxygen, water also obeys this law of diffusion. Okay, so the movement of water molecule through such a selectively permeable membrane is called as osmosis. तो अगर हमें अभी water को move करना है, like as we all know that plasma membrane and cell membrane जो है that is selectively permeable, right? Plasma membrane is selectively permeable, तो उसको जो चीज़ चाहिए वो सिर्फ उसको ही एंटर करने देगी. So if we want that movement of water should occur inside the cell, that it should occur through the selectively permeable membrane, then that is going to occur through osmosis process. कौन से process से? Now osmosis is the second process. एक तो हमने diffusion देखा, second process is osmosis. Okay, so the movement of water across the plasma membrane is also affected by the amount of substance dissolved in water. तो अभी जो वाटर का मूवमेंट हो रहा है प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन के अंदर, वो कैसे अफेक्ट होगा? इट इज़ गोइंग टू गेट अफेक्टेड अगर उस वाटर के अंदर कोई भी सब्सटेंस डिजॉल्व होगा. Okay, so now see what exactly what happens in osmosis. So osmosis is the passage of water from a region of high water concentration. कहाँ से होगा water का passage? Like it is going to move from a region of high water concentration through selectively permeable membrane, that is the plasma membrane, to a region of low water concentration. And ये कब तक water transmit होगा from this high concentration to low concentration तक, जब तक एक equilibrium reach ना हो, that is inside the cell and outside the cell. If the water concentration is not equal, then osmosis process is going to take place. And कब तक होगा ये? जब तक equilibrium is not reached. So osmosis में क्या होता है? There is a passage of water from a region of higher concentration, okay, from a region of higher water concentration, and this takes place through selectively permeable membrane to a region of low water concentration. And ये higher से lower concentration तक कब तक move करेगा? जब तक equilibrium is not reached or equilibrium is not maintained. ठीक है, बिकॉज द कॉन्सेंट्रेशन इनसाइड द सेल एंड आउटसाइड द सेल शुड बी इक्वल. तो जब तक ये इक्विलिब्रियम नहीं आएगा तब तक क्या होगा? वाटर मूव करता रहेगा हायर कॉन्सेंट्रेशन से लोअर कॉन्सेंट्रेशन तक थ्रू द प्रोसेस ऑफ ऑस्मोसिस. सो आई होप you are clear with what exactly diffusion is. So diffusion occurs for gaseous exchange, that is with respect to carbon dioxide and oxygen, and osmosis occurs with respect to water, so that an equilibrium is maintained inside and outside the cell. Okay, so now see what will happen if we put an animal cell or a plant cell into a solution of sugar और salt in water. अभी हमने क्या किया है? water के अंदर sugar या salt को add किया है, and we inside that water we are adding the plant cell and the animal cell. So what is going to happen? तो ये यहाँ पे कुछ conditions दिए हैं, इनमें से कोई भी condition हो सकता है. Okay, so one of the following three things could happen. If the medium surrounding the cell, now the medium is salt, sugar and water, right? So if the medium surrounding the cell, it has a higher water concentration than the cell. Cell के अंदर जितना water है, अगर medium के अंदर उससे ज़्यादा higher water concentration हुआ, इसका मतलब क्या है? अगर outside solution is very dilute, अगर बाहर cell के बाहर बहुत ज़्यादा water का concentration होगा, then because we know that higher से lower concentration तक water जाएगा, right? So from outside the cell, water will be taken inside through the process of osmosis. And such a solution, when water from outside is going into the inside the cell, then such solution we call it as hypotonic solution. क्या बोलते हैं? Hypotonic solution. Okay, and here water molecules, they are free to pass across the cell membrane in both directions, but more water will come into the cell and then it will leave. अगर ज़्यादा पानी सेल के अंदर जाएगा, it is going to leave that cell. Okay, so the overall result is that the water is going to enter the cell, and once the water is going to enter the cell, आप देखोगे कि the cell is likely to swell up. वो सेल का साइज इंक्रीज हो जाएगा बिकॉज वाटर हैज एंटर्ड इनसाइड द सेल. ओके, सो दिस इज द वन थिंग दैट कैन हैपन थ्रू द प्रोसेस ऑफ ऑस्मोसिस. ओके, सेकेंड थिंग क्या हो सकता है? इफ द मीडियम हैज एग्जैक्टली द सेम वाटर कॉन्सेंट्रेशन एज द सेल. ठीक है, अभी क्या हुआ? वाटर का कॉन्सेंट्रेशन इनसाइड द सेल एज वेल एज आउटसाइड द सेल इज सेम. तो क्या है? सेम वाटर कॉन्सेंट्रेशन है अगर, तो वहाँ पे देर विल बी नो नेट मूवमेंट ऑफ द वाटर. तो वहाँ पे सेल मेम्ब्रेन के अंदर वाटर जा ही नहीं सकता. एंड ऐसे सोल्यूशन को हम बोलते हैं आइसोटोनिक सोल्यूशन. क्या बोलेंगे? आइसोटोनिक सोल्यूशन. ओके, सो आई होप यू आर क्लियर विथ हाइपोटोनिक सोल्यूशन एंड आइसोटोनिक सोल्यूशन. नाउ सी, वाटर क्रॉसेस द सेल मेम्ब्रेन इन बोथ डायरेक्शन. वाटर अभी अंदर से बाहर आ सकता है, बाहर से अंदर भी जा सकता है. इट कैन गो इन बोथ डायरेक्शन, but the amount going in but the amount going in is the same as the amount going out. पर ये कंडीशन कब होगा? जब जितना वाटर अंदर जा रहा है सेल के उतना ही बाहर भी आए, so that वहाँ पे जो there is no overall movement of the water is taking place. Equilibrium होना चाहिए. Okay, so here the cell is going to remain of the same size. They are not going to swell up because there is an equilibrium which has been maintained. Okay, अब थर्ड कंडीशन क्या होगा? एक तो हाइपोटोनिक सोल्यूशन हो गया, एक आइसोटोनिक सोल्यूशन हो गया. नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू हैव एन हाइपरटोनिक सोल्यूशन. सी व्हाट हैपेंस इफ द मीडियम हैज अ लोअर कॉन्सेंट्रेशन ऑफ वाटर देन द सेल. इसका मतलब क्या है? अभी सेल के अंदर ज़्यादा वाटर कॉन्सेंट्रेशन है एज कम्पेयर टू द मीडियम दैट वी आर हैविंग. तो एज वी नो ऑस्मोसिस में क्या होता है? हायर से लोअर मीडियम में जाएगा. इसका मतलब सेल से it is going to move out of the cell because cell के अंदर water concentration ज़्यादा है, right? So meaning that it is very concentrated solution. then the cell will lose the water. इस time कौन lose करेगा अपना water? The cell is going to lose the water by osmosis, and such solution we know it as hypertonic solution. ऐसे solution को हम क्या बोलते हैं? Hypertonic solution. So now again the water is going to cross the cell membrane in both the direction. अब क्या होगा? फिर से वाटर जो है वो सेल मेम्ब्रेन के अंदर मूव करेगा या क्रॉस करेगा दोनों डायरेक्शंस में, बट दिस टाइम मोर वाटर इज गोइंग टू लीव द सेल देन एंटर्स इट, बिकॉज सेल के अंदर का कॉन्सेंट्रेशन ज़्यादा था, राइट? सो दैट इज़ द रीज़न इस टाइम क्या होगा? ज़्यादा अमाउंट ऑफ वाटर इज़ गोइंग टू मूव आउट ऑफ द सेल, बिकॉज सेल के बाहर का जो एक्सटर्नल एनवायरनमेंट था वहाँ पे वाटर कॉन्सेंट्रेशन वॉज लेस. सो देयरफॉर व्हाट हैपेंस हियर, पहले में क्या होता है? हाइपोटोनिक सोल्यूशन में द सेल is likely to swell up, but in hypertonic solution the cell will shrink because उसके अंदर जो water था it has lost that water, right? So thus osmosis is a special case of diffusion. Osmosis क्या है? It is a special case of diffusion itself that takes place through a selectively permeable membrane. Osmosis कैसे होता है? Osmosis is also a special case of diffusion itself. अगर आप osmosis and diffusion का process देखोगे, they are one and the same, right? But यहाँ पे it is occurring through a selectively permeable membrane, but diffusion doesn't need a selectively permeable membrane. So I hope you are clear with this hypertonic, isotonic and hypotonic solution के बारे में. So I want you all to take a note of it. Hypertonic, isotonic and hyper and isotonic solutions का जो भी definitions है, I want you to write that, and I even want you to draw this diagram. Okay? तो हाइपोटोनिक में क्या होता है? सेल का साइज बढ़ जाता है, इट स्वेल्स अप. हाइपरटोनिक में क्या होता है? सेल जो है वो श्रिंक कर जाता है. एंड आइसोटोनिक में जितना अमाउंट ऑफ वाटर इज एंटरिंग इट इज ऑल्सो लिविंग दैट सेल. सो योर आइसोटोनिक सोल्यूशन में देर इज एन इक्विलिब्रियम कंडीशन विच इज बीन मेंटेन्ड, एंड दैट इज द रीजन. आइसोटोनिक मतलब इक्विलिब्रियम मेंटेन्ड है. The amount of water inside the cell is equal to the amount of water outside the cell. Okay, now this activity we are going to try this in the next class. Okay, so we have two different activities which have been given there. So I hope that the first component of the cell that we have discussed, the plasma membrane, which is also called as the cell membrane. So here we saw that plasma membrane क्या है? वो selectively permeable membrane है. It is not going to allow any kind of substance or the material to enter the cell. Okay, तो उसको जो चाहिए वो उसको ही allow करेगा. And here in plasma membrane we have discussed on diffusion and osmosis. And osmosis, diffusion को हम describe कैसे करते हैं? See, where there is a spontaneous movement of substance from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration, then this process we call it as a diffusion process. So I want you to write the definition of diffusion. After that we saw what is osmosis. So when there is a movement of water molecule that is taking place through a selectively permeable membrane, then that movement of the water molecule we call it as osmosis. Okay, एंड ऑस्मोसिस में वी हैव स्टडीड ऑन 3 डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ ऑस्मोसिस. एक है हाइपोटोनिक सोल्यूशन जहाँ पे सेल जो है दैट स्वेल्स अप बिकॉज ऑफ द मोर वाटर इनटेक इनसाइड द सेल. ओके, देन आइसोटोनिक सोल्यूशन में it maintains an equilibrium condition. That means water concentration inside the cell as well as outside the cell is equal. So that is called as an isotonic solution. And then we have an hypertonic solution where the concentration where the cell is going to shrink. उसका size छोटा हो जाएगा because water from inside the cell it moves outside the cell. So we have this 3 different types of osmosis, you can say hypertonic, isotonic and hypotonic solutions. Okay, now in the next class we are going to discuss on these activities which are related to osmosis. Okay, after that we will be discussing the second component of the cell, which is the cell wall. And then we again have an activity to discuss on. उसके बाद after studying on the cell wall we will be discussing about the nucleus, about the cytoplasm. Okay, then about the different cell organelles which are present inside the cell. Now these cell organelles are very important part and they are very much crucial. They play a very important role in performing the functions of the cell. So the first cell organelle that we have is endoplasmic reticulum. Then we have Golgi apparatus. After that, we have this lysosomes to discuss in detail. Lysosomes के बाद we have mitochondria to discuss. We have plastids to discuss. We have vacuoles to discuss. Okay, and then lastly we are going to discuss on this cell division, which is of two type, mitosis and meiosis. So as I told you that I will be giving you differentiating point between mitosis and meiosis, so that you are clear with this. Whatever topic that comes with respect to cell, the fundamental unit of life, you are at least aware of it, you know the basic things. Okay, then हम देखेंगे पूरी summary of what we have discussed in this lesson, the fundamental unit of life. After that we have 10 questions to discuss on. So we have to make a comparison table between the plant cell and the animal cell, then differentiation between a prokaryotic cell and a eukaryotic cell. After that we are going to write what will happen if the plasma membrane ruptures or it breaks down. Okay, after that we will be discussing what will happen to the life of cell if there was no Golgi apparatus. Now the answers to this you can say once we are completing the study with respect to this topics, right? So we will be discussing on कि अगर Golgi apparatus नहीं होता तो क्या होगा. So which organelle is called as the powerhouse of the cell, and why do we call that organelle as powerhouse of the cell? Then we will be discussing on where do the lipids and the proteins who are constituting the cell membrane they get synthesized. Okay, then we have how does an amoeba obtain its food, what is osmosis, so we have discussed about osmosis. Then we have this activity to discuss on to, and the last question that we are going to discuss for this lesson, it will be like which type of cell division is required for growth and repair of body, and which type is involved in the formation of gametes as well. So this is the last question that we are going to discuss on with respect to this lesson, fundamental unit of life. I hope that whatever we have discussed today about the cell membrane or the plasma membrane has been clear to you. Okay, so in the next part we are going to continue with the rest of the part for this lesson. Okay, thank you everyone.